Page 82, another 3-minute technique. This in dealing with arpeggios. An arpeggio is simply a big fancy word. It means a broken chord. It's a type of pattern. See, a broken chord can be any pattern. There are all kinds of patterns. This is just one of them. You just start with the bottom note and you go up to the top note. Or start with the top and go down to the bottom. Either way. In this example they're showing it, they're using the F chord. Here and here. And just playing one note at a time. And then they're saying let the left hand cross over here to play the top one and then come back down. We'll talk about that. So the idea is all even, all smooth, all connected, all legato. So they're saying here, they give examples at the bottom of the page. You can do this with any chord, any position. It doesn't matter what it is. The chord's a chord. This is one of the things I used to love to do when I was little. And you don't just do it 2 octaves. You got a bigger keyboard. Start down here somewhere. I do C. I mean, that's a little fast maybe, slow it down, but the idea is to practice this on all these different. Practice them all over the place. Now, let's talk about this right hand 5 thing they've got. We've been doing chords in this position, 5-finger position. Well, there is another position that we can use, and that's the extended position. We'll get to that eventually, but since they brought up this right hand thing they're showing here in the 3rd measure, right hand 5, what it is we, instead of here, we can extend out to the octave here and cover the whole octave. If we do that, we're going to use 2 and 3 for these because we can't do these. This is another fingering form called the extended position. So there, instead of crossing over, we can just leave the left hand where it is and change the right hand, just extend up. Here. That way you don't have to, and that's really the more common way of doing it. And you might do it on either one. We don't need to do it on the left hand right now because we're starting on F. But sometimes you gotta stretch out there. So the idea is we'll just keep, and then when we get to where we're going to turn around, then we change our fingering and stretch out so we don't have to cross over. There. Because when you get to the extremes of the keyboard, that's a little uncomfortable to have to cross over. You know, fall over or something, I don't know. So we do that. And that's sort of what we're doing here. You can practice that too as part of your practice. Just be aware that this exists and it's good control. It's, you know, try and even the dynamic level so you're at the same, so it sounds like one hand played all of it together. You're not hearing 2 hands do it. This is good exercise to try this. Now they're showing a pedal. You push the pedal down and hold it down. I disagree with that. I would prefer in this particular situation that you not use pedal because you want to hear the notes very clearly and evenly. To hold the pedal down through the whole thing has a different effect. I mean, you can try it out and hear what it sounds like, but when practicing this, I encourage you not to use pedal on this.